Welcome to the Maker Mastermind Show, your weekly vlogcast. I'm your host, Larissa Lewis from the Indie Business Network. We're so excited to have you back for our 4th episode. Wow! We're so excited to see the show growing each week. Stay high in the comments and let us know where y'all are from. Is this your first time tuning in or have you checked out some previous episodes? Either way, we're love to have you here. You know the drill by now. Donna Maria, founder and CEO of the Indie Business Network, will be joining us in just a few seconds. But first, I want to make sure you also say hi to everybody who might be watching it later in the week, any of our replay viewers. So type #replay below so we know you joined us, and let us know where you're from, and also feel free to ask any follow-up questions you might have. But beforehand, do you have your questions ready? As always, we'll randomly pick someone who asked a question during the show to win this week's Big Maker Prize. This week, we're going to do it a little bit differently and going to choose the winner on Friday. So even if you're watching this on replay, feel free to ask a question because this week you'll still be eligible to win the prize. And we'll also be sure to be in the comments all week to make sure we answer them. So if you're wondering what this week's prize is, today's show is sponsored by Scrubs Body. Founder Roberta became so fed up with the "what are you kidding me" prices and harsh additives in skincare for her dry, itchy skin that she decided to make her own. And trust me, she's got it down dialed. She makes some of the most amazing skin softening products you've ever come across. She's got a shop in Farmingdale, New York. She private labels scrubs and lotions. She's got lots of in-store events. This is one busy woman. This particular sugar scrub, today's prize, is one of my absolute favorites. Its sugary, soft consistency keeps it gentle, but has just enough little grit in it to exfoliate those problem areas. And lucky us, since it's springtime, it's the time of year for Spring Sensation, one of her seasonal scrubs that comes out in March through May. This is definitely permission to pamper in a jar. She also hosts Make Your Own Scrubs Body Sugar Scrub parties. Packages range from a full-fledged birthday experience to just a fun get-together with the pals. So if you're in the area, you can forget about another dinner or movie night. This is definitely your next must-do. Speaking of which, huge shout out to Wanda, winner of last week's awesome peppermint sugar scrub from Alegna Soap. So I hope you're enjoying it, Wanda. Also, this is a really exciting week. It's my birthday week. I'm very excited to share this with you. Also, it's NFL Draft Week. Have to give a little shout out to my New Orleans Saints there. I'm a wild, unforgiving member of the New Orleans Saints. And that's a little bit about today's subject, actually. I'm curious what about you that you want to share down in the comments. Let us know. They're always fun to read and also gives us a new insight into your business. But let's see. Donna Maria, are you there?
I am here, but I am not a New Orleans Saints fan.
I was going to say.
You gave me no warning about that, and I would have nixed that idea from the very beginning.
That's why I did it.
Okay, so shout out to all. Like, I'm a dual fan. I'm a Washington Redskins fan, although I don't like the name, but that's what it is. I'm a Washington fan, and I'm a Charlotte Panthers fan. So in the comments, you're on my side. Because
I was like, here comes Donna Maria to pick a rivalry fight with me right now.
Yes, right now. Right here. You started it. You started it. You should warn me about the...
I'm not allowed to warn you about anything in the show. That's the point.
Happy birthday, Larissa. Happy birthday.
Thank you. So let's get started on today's subject. I didn't want you to feel like it was a trick question.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, remind everybody who's their first time watching, like, we don't plan this. This is Larissa's opportunity and yours, really, because if you have any questions and post them below, I'll answer them. To kind of off the cuff, seriously, just hear my off the cuff responses. Like, there's no taking any of this back.
I think we lost you there, Donna Maria. That was pretty off the cuff itself. Well, let's give her a few minutes to get back in here. But, I mean, as long as we're going to be talking about where we're going to be headed here, what Donna Maria was saying is that she never knows what the subject is. So she comes in fresh baked. All her advice is completely off the cuff. So it's really special what you get to hear from her because it's not something she's rereading from a book or a blog post that she's already done before. Oh, there you are.
I don't know what happened to me, but first I get blindsided by the wrong football team, and then the Wi-Fi cuts out. Okay, sorry about that, everyone.
I finished your sentence a bit about how you're not you never know what the subject is. So it's not like you're rereading something you've written before from a blog post or something. What you're providing here is completely impromptu, and it's a really special look into your mentorship capability.
It is, and it comes from my heart, and it also comes from information that I've gathered recently. Like I've written about and blogged about and podcasted about and YouTubed about so many topics before. The core of my message is always the same, but technology and updates in business and economics and things, they change things slightly. So this is an opportunity for me to share, not changing what I've said in the past, but really giving the most up-to-date thoughts and feedback that I have based on what I'm seeing, because one of my jobs is to do all the research that's involved in being able to answer these questions.
Terrific. So since we just gave a few insights into ourselves, one thing I help Donna Maria with and with the Indie Business Network is every day we feature a member on Instagram. So if you want to peek at some awesome succeeding businesses, check out Indie Business Network on Instagram. But Donna Maria, I don't even know if you expect this question, but it's something that it's something I come across daily when I'm working on our Instagram projects together. But looking around at different maker websites and whatnot, I read probably 1 to 3 dozen a day, coming up with our feature sheet. And even in the marketing work that I do, this is one of the most ignored, underrepresented, and forgotten pages of the internet. And I think it comes back to a lot of things we talked about in the first show and a lot of the things that you talked about in general. But this is really an actionable thing that we can send people on their way with. The What About Us page on the website.
Oh, yes.
About us, about our team, about our business. I read so many of them every day, especially in the maker space. And, you know, you don't want to go down the road of just saying I'm a handmade business. I make my own skincare products, and then, go to my URL. That's it. Check out my Facebook page. There's so much more that you can cram in there. There's so much more you can do to tell your story in there. And what are your top tips for really enhancing this page and making it a real business driver?
Okay, good question. So the first thing is that you need an about page. You need one. You may not think you need one, but I go to some sites and they don't have one. And honestly, the first place I go and the first place a lot of people go, even if a product is recommended by a friend, is to the about page, because I want to develop a sense of trust. I want to develop a sense of confirmation of how smart I am for having clicked on this link. And so the about page is your opportunity to do that. And you should check your statistics and your analytics to see how often that page is landed on. I think you will find that if you have that page, it's landed on a lot.
I think you'll be more surprised than you think.
What?
I think people will be more surprised than they might think they are of how many people are looking at that page.
Yes, because when you walk into a store, like even a physical store, you're not ready to buy anything yet. You might have been enticed by something in the window or something that your friend said was there. But, very rarely do you walk in with your credit card hanging out of your hand and go straight to the counter and buy what you want. It happens, but doesn't happen frequently. So what more often happens is people come in and they kind of look around. They want to get a feeling. And if it's like they may buy that one thing that they came for, but they're not going to come back. And that's how you make money in business. You get people to come back. So a one-off sale is just not going to do it. So you need to use that about page as the entry point to develop a relationship with your customer. So the first thing is to have an about page. The second thing is to use it as leverage for your business. So tell your story. That's the second thing. Larissa, I think, just mentioned that. Make it a story. And make it a story about how you can serve them. Don't make it a story about how great your products are. Don't make it a story about how there's glycerin in the handmade soap. Like, first of all, that's everywhere. Don't say the same thing everyone else says. Just make sure that you tell a story about how you started your business and what your heartfelt goal is. And that is to create products that will enhance their lives in these specific ways. Number 1, maybe ingredients. Number 2, maybe small batch. Number 3, maybe that they are reminiscent of, your time in lavender fields in Provence. What is it that's going to hook? Number 4, is it eco-friendly? Number 5, does every product contain something that has bee extracts in it, or grapefruit extracts in it, grapefruit seed extracts, or something like that? Like, what is it that is going to entice people? We have members that have products that are revolved specifically around lifestyles. And every brand today is a lifestyle brand. So just remember that. That's the third thing to remember. Make your products appealing to people, not just because it's a great soap or a great sugar scrub. Make it because it enhances their lifestyle and it creates an energy in their lives that they can't get from another product. And you are a part of that energy. We talked a few weeks ago, right, about how to use your personal brand to support your brand. Go back and look at that show. Jennifer can link it below. You are a part of that energy. So take a picture of yourself. Okay, people want to know who they're dealing with today. Make sure you have good light on you. Do your hair, yes, put on a little lipstick or what have you, but don't go overboard. Maybe you can have some headshots done or whatnot. But, you know, take some pictures of yourself with your products, making your products. Put a video about your products. I went to someone's site just the other day, and I saw one of those cartoon videos. She was holding a plate of soap, and she said something like, our soaps are, I can't even remember what it is, but it was literally like 4 seconds long, and it was her voice, which she recorded over one of those things from like 20 years ago. When you didn't actually have a video, like we couldn't do video on the internet 20 years ago. We can today. So when people come to a site like that, they're like, this is like 2000. Like, I don't want 2000 products. I want products for today. So all this stuff is going on in a potential buyer's mind in a hot second. Like they're not really thinking this through like I'm saying it. It's just going bing, bing, bing in their minds. So make sure that you are, number one, you have an about page. Number two, that you tell a story. And number three, that you use that page to let people know how your products will enhance their lives. Make that story the story, not how you started and how you make products, but how your products enhance their lives.
Absolutely. Even if there's one ingredient that your particular line focuses on, don't just describe the ingredient, give a little bit of background of what the ingredient does. And then also, I really like when you read those stories where people say why they chose to select that particular ingredient. So whether it was important when they were growing up or in their culture they grew up in, or they grew up in a faraway place and this was an ingredient that was like so prevalent but maybe unknown to us, that really makes more of a personal connection with the product line as well.
Right. And use your customers, your buyers, whatever you want to call them, use their questions to update your page. Like if they're asking a lot about certain things that are important to them, go back to your page and make sure that you've addressed that, because that's a clue that it's something that's significant to them. We have a member who makes cleaning products, actually more than one. And the basis of the businesses usually revolve around busy moms who want fresh laundry and fresh cleaning products in their homes, but they want to avoid some of the ingredients that have been used in traditional products. And so it's a wonderful way to be able to tell the lifestyle story of a busy mom who uses great ingredients in the products that she uses to clean her home and around her children.
Yeah, it's a great way not just to say we make products for busy moms, but if you can tell a little bit of a story about how, why when you became a busy mom, that became something that became so important to you. It really makes that makes that personal connection with the customer, that you're not just writing a bunch of marketing copy, but you're a genuine, authentic person that created a need to fill this, created a product to fill this need.
Exactly. And here's a little template you can use, like about. Okay. Here's our story. So start with how we started. How we started, big text. A paragraph about how you started, maybe two, but don't make the paragraph super long, like 2 or 3 sentences for a paragraph. So how we started. Number 2, what we make. This is what we make, and how it enhances your life, or how our products make your life better. Tell that story in there. So there you go. I mean, it's a simple update, but don't write like 8 paragraphs with no headers or no dividers between them. Tell the little how we started, what we make, and how our products will enhance your life. You don't have to use those lines, but those are ideas, okay? And it gives you a template if you don't already have one. Put a picture of you, maybe your family. I don't know what's appropriate for your brand. Make it appropriate for your brand in the how we started. In the second part, your products. Have a really nice product photo spread or what have you. And in the third one, have a photograph of maybe some of your customers actually using your products. All right, so you can do that. You can use that. You can ask your customers to send a photograph. You can feed those in from Instagram into that little section. There's all sorts of things that you can do. And when a person comes to your site and they don't just see a product, they see a mom or a dad or whatever who looks like them using that product in the environment that that product would be used and loving it. Bingo on that. Okay. So that's a good idea as well. So you can always ask them if they would share a picture, and follow them on Instagram. Use your email newsletter. I want to follow you guys on Instagram. You'll get to know them better. Okay. So instead of looking for more likes on your Instagram, use Instagram as your own personal petri dish of a marketing tool, and, get to know your customers. You can follow them and learn all about them, what matters to them. They'll post it right there on the Instagram.
That's an excellent tip. I think a lot of people forget when they're in the chase to get more likes. They forget how you can really use it as a marketing research tool. Well,
and Instagram just said it was going to change the way likes work. Okay, don't get me started on that. I could totally go down that road, but I'm not going to today. Those of you who are members of IBN, one of our members, Deshawn Russell, at the fascinating and wonderful Southern Elegance Candle Company, you need to buy some. She posted a little story from a magazine the other day about Instagram changing from showing all the likes to changing it to saying something like, Larissa Lewis and 40 other people like
others. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, whatever they're doing, I could go there, but I won't. Maybe we should go there next time. But it's really important to use these social media outlets and not just let them use you by, being used, because that's what they're doing. We love them for what they can do for us, but we can do more for ourselves than they can do for us. And we give ourselves a lot less credit than we should for that fact. But that's a whole nother question, isn't it? Sorry. I digress.
I think I could work it into what I might be working on next week.
Okay. Okay.
We got involved in our little football rivalry there. I don't think you got a chance to tell us where you are.
Oh, I'm at the beach right now. I'm at the beach. Yes, I'm at the beach because it's spring break for one of my kidlets, and so we are at the beach.
Oh, that's so exciting!
I managed to usher everybody out the door so I could have quiet for a few minutes today to talk with you guys.
Well, I think those are some really excellent tips on how we can enhance our About Us pages on our websites. Did you have any final tips?
Just update it every now and then. Update your whole, websites, it's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. So if you have a new picture or you have some new stuff, don't forget to go back and do that. Maybe every quarter, just kind of go over your website to see what basic foundational things need to be changed. And I do have to say this. I visit far too many artisan style small business websites where the link to the social media site goes to the platform.
I was just going to finish the show with that.
Go ahead. Take it away.
No, you go for it.
No, you tell it. You tell it, girl. Tell it, girl.
No, I was just going to piggyback off of what you said about how making sure to update your site every quarter, your About Us page every quarter. I say every couple weeks to a month, you got to check your plugins on your website. If you've got a feed coming in, for your Instagram feed coming in, you don't know what the back end of that feed is. So there might be a day where whatever's powering that is not working any longer, and people are trying to click over to your Instagram page, and it's either a 404 doesn't exist, or it goes to one of those it's not really Instagram, but it shows your feed with a bunch of advertisements around it. One of those other kinds of feed websites. You really want to make sure that you're staying in control of when people click your Instagram handle on your website, where they're going. And also, if you change your Instagram handle, please remember to change it on your website.
Yeah, because I'll click on the Instagram because I don't want to buy anything until I find out more about you and I get a feel for the brand. I'll click Instagram and it'll go to Wix.com.
Yeah.
Set up your Instagram now. And I don't even go back. I'm like, unbelievable. How do you not know this? And at this stage, it's not new.
Instagram.
What?
we'll go to the actual, like the Shopify account on Instagram.
Yeah, the Shopify, or the Wix account on Instagram. Yeah, more for them, right?
At first, and you're like, oh, this is cool looking, and then you're like, wait a second, this is not what I was looking
I know, and it's the simplest thing to do. And I know people say somebody set it up for me. A good website designer will not do that. They will not do that. Your cousin's uncle's brother's daughter would, but you got to check behind those people because
it's something to be mindful of. You definitely want to click into them every few weeks or so to make sure everything's still working properly. Otherwise, you're sending potential customers into dead zone, which is not okay. They will pay you money.
Right. And you might want to hire a copywriter to help you with writing your about page, okay? Because honestly, if you're not good at writing or you're not creative, it's not a bad thing. It just is, okay? I'm not good at everything. I'm good at a few things, but I'm bad at a lot of things. And when I am, I hire them out. And if you can't afford to do it right now, that's okay. Save up some money, okay? Set up a little account, like earmark some money to hire. Find out what copywriters do. Find out how much the price would be. And ask that person, okay, I'm going to pay you in 6 months to do this. Okay, don't neglect this because people go there. Check your analytics. They do.
Terrific. Well, I think those are some fantastic tips that we can get our websites updated this week and also to stay on top of them throughout the quarter. So we're really excited. This is our 4th show, like I said. Next week will be show number 5.
Oh, you know what? Before we go, I know people might not be on at the very end, but listen, you guys. I have been asked to host a book club. I used to host a book club, the Indie Business Book Club. I've hosted 2 rounds of it in the past, and then we take a break. And people are asking me again to start the book club up again. So my question to you is, should I host the book club right here in this group? We could figure out all the details later. But if you're interested in reading books together, and the types of books that we read would be entrepreneurial/personal development books. Like we would read books about branding. We would read books about productivity. We would read books. We're not going to read like books on how to make cosmetics or how to make products. We're not going to read books on how to use Instagram. Not doing that because those will last 6 months. Well, not the making ones, but the social media ones, it changes too fast. I would like to read books together with you that are core books to what we can learn together that will last us for a lifetime, that will help us not only run our businesses better, but will also help us live better lives. Those are the types of books that I'd like to read. And for those of you who were in the Indie Business Book Club before, if you've gotten this far in our video, post below if you enjoyed that. We read some great books. We read The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, just to give you some ideas of what we would read. We read The Power of Broke by Damon John. We read The Fortune Cookie Principle by Bernadette Jiwa. We read a life plan book. I can't remember what it was called, by Michael Hyatt. Build Your Life Plan or Create Your Life Plan. It was a really good exercise. And we read The Blue Ocean Strategy, which was awesome. And so we read all these books and we come together in here and I post summaries and you post summaries of what you're getting out of it. And maybe we can use 1 or 2 of our shows every month to talk about the book that we're reading. Let me know what you think.
Okay, terrific. Don't forget, ask your questions. You can win this great sugar scrub from Scrub's Body, and also use this group to help each other with your comments and questions and discussion throughout the week. So we'll see you guys.
If you want to post a link to your about page and get some mastermind feedback from everyone here in the group and from me and Larissa, do that, and we'll come back and have a look-see.
All right, bye everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a
great week, everyone. Bye.